Finding cash flowing real estate deals as a new investor can be extremely hard, especially if you don't even know where to look. But I promise you it's a whole lot easier than what you think. In this video, I'm actually going to give you some great tips in order to get your first deal, and it's going to get you a whole lot closer to landing your first deal. So make sure to stick around. What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Evan Phoenix. I am extremely excited about this video today because we're going to be talking about how to find cash flowing real estate deals as a new investor, and I'm telling you right now it's a whole lot easier than what you think. Trust me, if I was able to purchase my first cash flowing real estate property at the age of 22 years old with little money, no job, and while still in school, I promise you, you can do it as well. By the way, that property that I purchased at 22 years old cash flows $500 a month right at the time of purchasing it, and I'm going to talk about all the tactics I used to acquire that property. Before we get into the video, I just want to note real quick that they are in no specific order. They are all great ways in order to get your first cash flowing real estate property. So let's get right into it. So the first way to find cash flowing real estate properties as a new investor is to use Craigslist. And this is exactly how I purchased my first property. A lot of you might be thinking right now,
Evan, Craigslist is so 2005.
Well, it is, and that's exactly why you should use it. Nowadays, you see Craigslist not being used as much, but I promise you, a lot of real estate investors actually use the program, so I highly suggest checking that out. Now, there's two ways I actually want to talk about how you are able to utilize Craigslist in order to find real estate deals. Now, the first way is actually simple. It's you go under the housing and click on real estate for sale. From there, you're able to scroll down and see all the posts, and you can search for a property that meets all of your criteria. Such as right here, I'm able to click on a duplex. Click on the duplex, it says it's up for 16 days, and it goes into the description of all the numbers and all of that. Now it says that this is in Delaware right now. So I'm going to go on the map over here, click out of it, and see how far it actually is to Annapolis where I set my search. As you can see, it's honestly not that far. Delaware is a small state and it's right next to Maryland. So it's about an hour, maybe an hour 30 away. Depending on how far you're able to travel to get a real estate deal is where you can be more specific on your search. So first tactic when on Craigslist is go to real estate for sale, find a property that you like, go in the description, try to target mom and pops because they might be the ones to sell it to you at a very reasonable price rather than a real estate agent that uses Craigslist. The second way to use Craigslist is actually a really cool way, and one of my favorite ways is to go on the housing section of it the same as the first, but then click apartments/housing. So after clicking and you see all the housing for rent, you want to go through and check out, see if you can find apartments that say first floor, second floor, things like that, because that'll tell you that it's actually a house with like 1 to 4 units. After you find what you're looking for, you want to click on that, and you're not actually going to rent this apartment, but they have their phone number. If you can go in the description and, like the first tactic, see if it's a mom and pop's owner or actually a professionally managed company, whatever it may be. You want to go more for the mom and pops, but if not, that's fine too. You just go to their number and call them. And this is something that a lot of people don't do. If you call them and they say, hey, you want to rent this place? You say, no, actually, I was looking to purchase the property. I see that you can't get someone in the property right now and it's been up for a while. I want to know if I could take this property off your hands. I'm a new real estate investor and I just want to get my foot in the door. Can we work something out? Now, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to hang up or get mad at you, but the one time that they actually do say, you know what, yeah, I would want to get rid of this, it's been causing me hassle and I just don't want to deal with it anymore, well, there you go, you got your first real estate deal, and you were the first person that was able to go and get into that deal rather than a lot of people swarming them and trying to get the price higher and higher. You got it at a reasonable price, you reached out to them, the only person to reach out to them, and you just set yourself up for your first real estate deal. So those are the 2 ways I would suggest searching on Craigslist to find your first real estate deal. Now, one thing I wanted to add with that is if you're not into multifamily, that's fine too. You can do this with single family houses as well. So the second way to find cash flowing real estate properties is to actually use a website called Listsource. Now, Listsource is a great tool to search for to find properties in your area that meet your criteria in which you would like to purchase. So you develop a criteria of single-family, multifamily houses in a certain area, whether that's zip code or city, and you can get a whole list, whether it's with absentee owners or with owners itself. You can create a list and it will have all the mailing addresses for all the owners. My suggestion with this is to target absentee owners. So if a owner owns a property and they don't even live in it, they will have more motivation to sell it than if they were to actually live in it. And better times than not, it's actually a rental property for them as well. After you develop your list, it will cost you a little bit of money, but I think it's well worth it. Then you can set up a mailing campaign and mail out all the postcards or handwritten letters yourself. I've actually used Listsource before and I've had great success with it. I developed a list of about 300 properties. I sent out handwritten letters to every single one of them and I probably got about 25 calls back. Now that's actually really well for a mailing campaign. My suggestions with this is to target absentee owners and search all the other criteria in which you would like, and then do handwritten letters. It's going to take a lot longer, but if you were to see something in your mail with handwritten on the front of it, or it would be typed out, which one would you be more inclined to open? Now, a lot of people actually use postcards and they would just send it out using postcards on another website and just design it all, send them out, and people just toss them in the trash. So if you are handwriting them and sending them off, they're more inclined to open it, read it, and if they're motivated to sell, they're going to give you a call. This is an absolutely great way to get your foot in the door and find a property. Now, the third way you can find cash flowing properties as a new real estate investor is to drive for dollars. Now, driving for dollars is exactly what it sounds like. You get in your car, you drive around a neighborhood in which you like, trying to find a property in which you can purchase. Now, the thing you want to do while driving for dollars is just look for houses that are a little bit banged up or rough. Maybe the yard's not mowed. It looks like a lot of people haven't been there for a while, or there's a post on the door saying that it's getting foreclosed on, such things like this. Now you might be thinking, hey, like I found that property that I liked, but how am I able to get in touch with the owner? All I have is this address and the owner doesn't live there, obviously. Well, the cool thing is there's an app called Deal Machine, and it's actually a website as well. And the cool thing about it is you're able to take a picture of the house and type in the address, and you can set up and send a postcard straight from the app to the owner, and it's his real address, his or her real address. Now, I think this is a monthly subscription and you obviously have to pay for it, but I believe it's 100% worth it. A lot of wholesalers use this, but it's also a great way to get your foot in the door and find a property that you're willing to rehab and get into as well. Maybe rent it out or flip it. And the cool thing about Deal Machine is you're able to hire drivers. So you can hire people to go out and drive for you if you don't have the time. I don't think it's very expensive, but it could work really well for you. But if you weren't to use Deal Machine, it would be absolutely 100% free. All you have to do is get in your car, drive around, and try to find properties in which people would like to sell. Now, the fourth way to get into a cash flowing real estate property as a new investor is to get set up with a real estate agent to send you alerts. Now, I suggest going and searching real estate agents, finding the best one, and then going to them and seeing if you can set up an alert. Let's just say you're looking for a duplex under $200,000 in a certain area. Well, they can go into the MLS, which is a website dedicated to real estate agents that have every single deal, every single house for sale is on that, and only realtors can look at it. They will be able to go onto that website, search every single criteria in which you want, and set up an alert, send it straight to your email. So let's say a house pops up that meets your criteria, it's going to be sent straight to your email as soon as it gets posted. So you will be able to get first dibs on that house potentially just by getting an email to you, and then you can go and search the property. The reason I suggest getting a good real estate agent is because when they set it up for you, they're pretty much just assuming that they are going to be the ones that you use to purchase this place. So if you find a really good one, they're going to help you the best. Now, the last but not least way to find a cash flowing real estate property as a new investor is to use realtor.com, zillow.com, or loopnet.com. These are all free search engines and apps that you can download onto your phone that just allow you to see all the houses for sale But the drawbacks to it is it's kind of delayed, and sometimes they don't have the properties that are actually up for sale yet. I would definitely check this every single day and be consistent with it, trying to find your first properties to see the new properties that come up onto it. But I would highly suggest focusing on the other ones a little bit more, because this is a little bit easier to use. You just go into the app and see if properties had come up or not. So I would definitely focus on the others more, but this is also a great way to see it, because the property that I purchased wasn't on any of these apps. It was actually just on Craigslist. So that is what I'm trying to say with that. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching my video today. If you liked it, please go down, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you to everyone who actually sticked around to the end. I post 2 times a week, so make sure to join the family, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.